In today's video guys, I'm going to show you the best game user settings here in Fortnite Chapter 4 to make sure that you guys have the best performance in-game and of course also the best settings applied. I'm going to cover everything which is super important in the config itself and also explain those settings in-game. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel right now. And now let's get straight into this topic. So guys, and in the first place now, I'm going to show you one of the most important settings guys, which you actually have to take care of, which is if you are on NVIDIA or an AMD card guys, because on NVIDIA card, actually performance mode on lower graphical fidelity is the best mode, but once you're actually on a newer AMD card, something like a RX 6000, 7000 series, you know, DirectX 12 actually performs a lot better guys, and I already have a full-on video explaining this, so therefore make sure to check it out afterwards if you are actually right now on AMD. If you guys want to get better FPS, better ping and less input delay here in Fortnite, then make sure to check out NoPing guys, which is the #1 tool to actually give you all the competitive advantages in any games you guys want to play. Make sure to activate the low delay mode and all the FPS boost modes which are in the software itself, and then select your favorite game which you want to play and the server in your near for the least amount of ping. With the code right now you're on screen, you can even get 20% off, and make sure to check out the link in the description. But in the first place now guys, under display, this is sort of personal preference. I also have right now here a video with the top 5 best stretch resolutions here in chapter 4 if you want to try it out. And for your frame rate limit, I'm going to explain it later because you actually have to always cap your FPS 3 FPS underneath your maximum monitor refresh rate. But once we go over now to graphics, there you should definitely copy here Tritonop set to 7 guys, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Let's just say as an example that we're going to take a look here at this area and actually switch to another colorblind mode, something like Protonope. You will instantly notice the whole entire picture becomes a lot darker. Yeah, it's just simply not giving you like those nice vibrant colors, and everything just looks a little bit more washed out. And now on Deuteronope it looks even worse guys, in my opinion. There's like a direct side-by-side comparison here right now on screen, and you can instantly notice it guys. Yeah, so therefore for your colorblind mode, always make sure to put it onto Tritonop set to 7. Once we move over now to the graphics settings guys, of course our 3D res we're gonna keep on 100% and everything else on the lowest possible guys, especially also our viewing distance, since even on low we still get around like 250 meters, so therefore you can see everything which is somehow here in my surroundings is perfectly visible if I want to. Yeah, so therefore that's perfect literally for competitive. Once you're going to take a look at the other in-game settings here guys, of course your matchmaking region, always make sure to put it on exactly the region where you're from. If you keep it on auto and you live in a region with multiple servers, it might accidentally connect you with one which is a little bit more stable but further away, resulting in higher ping. Then for movement, toggle sprint leave on, auto open doors on as well, and mental activation on hold jump. Once we scroll down a little bit more under combat guys, there's also a super important setting which you have to set up, which is your preferred item slot. You can see right now guys, I have everything here right now set up. Slot 1 is my assault rifle, shotgun, SMG, and then consumable. And this is super important. Let's just say as an example that you hot drop somewhere, you know, you open up your first chest and there's a bunch of weapons. You just scroll pick up them all and you instantly know, okay, 2 is my AR, B is my shotgun, 3 is my SMG, and then my consumables, you know. So therefore that's overall really beneficial for fighting off spawn guys, really good here. And once we go over here now to my sense guys, I'm playing on 5.5% 800 DPI, and I already explained in a ton of videos like right now here, this one on screen, which are the best Fortnite settings and why I specifically choose a X and Y sense between 5 and 7% on 800 DPI, since some of the best W keys in Fortnite are using it guys. Once we also go over here now to my audio settings, your sound quality of course has to be 100% on low. Even Epic Games employees themselves said if you put it to high guys, it might actually decrease your overall performance. And then guys, for the rest, visualized sound effects you of course have to have on 100%, since it's just giving you a super nice competitive advantage. And with that said, we're basically done, you know, with the best in-game settings, and now I'm going to show you what else you can also tweak in your game config itself. So guys, and now for the rest of the settings which I want to showcase here in my game user settings, we just simply have to go into a Windows search bar, type in the presenter, temp presenter, click onto local, and then press F on our keyboard until we can find Fortnite game. Then just simply click onto it, go into saved and into config, Windows client, and there we have our current game user settings. Before we change anything guys, always make sure to go into properties and make sure that the attribute read only is actually unchecked, and then we're gonna open it up. Once we now in here guys, super important is that beam motion blur is actually set to false. That's really important guys, because we don't want to have a blurry picture whatsoever. Just simply make sure to copy all of the settings which I have applied here. Be show grass, you gotta put to false. Use GPU crash debugging, you're gonna put to false as well, because this is basically Epic Games collecting data every time your game crashes, and it can also be super hardware demanding. Then be latency tweak 1, you're actually gonna put to true. Latency tweak 2, you're gonna put to 2. Latency flash, you're gonna put to false. And DLSS quality, you're gonna put to 0. Then as well, anything which has something to do with ray tracing, you're always gonna put to the lowest of false, guys, because even though you have it disabled, it might still be actually in your config itself enabled, guys. And sometimes DirectX 12 is still bugging that you can use some features together with actually using performance mode. So therefore, make sure that everything is set to false or the lowest possible. Then for a display gamma, always make sure that it's set to 2.2, and then we have exactly 5 zeros behind it. Then we're going to scroll down a little bit more, guys, until we can find B disable mouse acceleration, and this one we actually have to set to true. I put it here right now on false because for most people this is actually on stock on false, but mouse acceleration is just gonna make all your motions like super wobbly and unprecise. So therefore, make sure that this one says true, since it already says here disable mouse acceleration, not enable. So therefore, put it to true. And then once you scroll a little bit more down, guys, you will see a ton of comments up until here, from never show mobile link up until down here, guys, to multi-threaded rendering, which you please make sure to copy exactly how I have them. Yeah, it's false, false, true, false, false, false. Then we have here false again, false, false. And then of course for multi-threaded rendering, guys, we have it set to true because this is the only one which is really beneficial for your performance. The rest, like downloading high-res textures and all that, you gotta put to false simply, guys. Really easy to follow there. And as mentioned, only multi-threaded rendering really makes a difference if your CPU is actually capable of that, which means that you gotta have more than 4 cores and 4 threads. Then once we go down here a little bit more, guys, we have of course again our resolution sizes. As mentioned, I have a full-on video explaining the top 5 best resolutions here in chapter 4, so therefore make sure to check this video out afterwards. And then for your frame rate limit, guys, you're not gonna keep it exactly on your maximum refresh rate, but actually always 3 FPS below that. So for me right now, I'm playing on 360 Hz, so I'm going to put it to 357. If you're playing on 240, put it to 237. If you're playing on 144, put it to 141 Hz. And then we're gonna scroll down a little bit more, and then here under scalability groups, guys, you gotta put exactly here the lowest possible quality options. Yeah, anything besides resolution quality, which you're gonna leave on 100 because you don't want your game to look like Roblox. And then once we scroll down even more, guys, we have now here scalability groups, and there you're gonna make sure to copy everything. You can see it's basically on the lowest except resolution quality because you don't want your game to look like Minecraft, of course, so we're gonna keep it on 100% 3D res. If you of course want to go for a little bit more FPS, you can even make this here a little bit lower, something like maybe 90%. Just simply try it out, but you can do that as well in game. And for chat settings, also make sure that you copy all of my settings here, guys, since they're all super hardware demanding, and actually hiding your social stuff here can actually give you more FPS. Like all these small like pop-ups, you know, on your screen, someone invited you and all that stuff is actually super hardware demanding. So therefore make sure to copy exactly here all of my settings, guys. I'm gonna keep it here on that. And then you can see for performance mode, I have my mesh quality on the lowest, which is basically performance mode, low meshes, and those are the best settings. Then we're just simply gonna click on the file and save and close this, and now we're basically done here. And if you guys just simply want to get your hands on my specific game user settings file, guys, just simply click on the first link in the description where you can find my website here. It's called leStripeZ Blogspot, and from there you can get it, guys. On the top it already says here FPS boost, input delay, and stretch resolution, and we're going to click on the stretch res. We might get maybe 1 or 2 pop-up ads, guys, and then we get redirected, and then you should find here exactly a post with the same name and the same thumbnail as the video you're watching right now. Then again, click onto it, and once you get redirected one more time, guys, you're just simply gonna scroll down a little bit until you can find the download button, which is going to redirect you to Google Drive from where you can get it. Once we get it in here on our desktop, we're gonna open it up and drag those game user settings onto it. Then we have them here, guys. Then we're gonna go here into our Windows search bar, type in the %, temp%, go here under local, press F on our keyboard for Fortnite game, saved, config, Windows client, and there we're going to delete our current game user settings and just simply replace them with the new ones which we just got in here. Of course, guys, don't forget to as well add here your stretch resolution, whichever you guys want to use. Right now you're just keeping it on native. Then we're gonna go into file, save it, close it, and just in case if you don't want to change anything by accident, go into properties and make sure that the check on the attribute read only is checked. And then you're already good to go and enjoy having the best game user settings in chapter 4.